test. a 17-10 overall record and are 14-5 in the conference. Now, everyone please rise for the opening invocation by MNU track coach Nate Queens, and then remain standing for the national anthem.
Heavenly Father, we come before you today. We thank you for your grace, for your mercy, and everything that you blessed us with. We pray tonight that these young ladies will be able to come to the court. I think my time's up. And we thank you for everything that you blessed us with. We pray that these ladies will be able to come to the court. Just example all the dedication, the sacrifice, the time and effort spent in the gym, and they just be able to play to the best of their ability to honor you with the gifts that you bless them. We love you, Lord. We thank you. Praise you. In your name we pray.
Have you heard anything?
And now for tonight's starting lineups. First for Mount Mercy. Starting at guard, 5'7" junior from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Number 14, Sammy Mia. At the other guard, 5'8" senior from Maywood, Illinois. Number 23, Kyla Richardson. At the other guard, 5'7" freshman from Markham, Iowa. Number 53, Annika Headington. At forward, junior, 5'11" from Aurora, Colorado. Number 32, Sassy Coleman.
Well, welcome into the Cook Center. Your visiting Mount Mercy University Mustangs come in with just under a 500 record and the 5 seed overall in the Heart of America Athletic Conference Tournament. Let's meet your starters. Number 32, Sassy Coleman getting the start, and that's a bit of a change from their typical starting lineup. Don't know if that's due to injury or game plan, as well as number 14, Sammy Mia, Madison Dreckman, Annika Headington, and Deja Antoine. Your Pioneer starters, number 1, Lydia Austinson, junior out of Tecumseh, Kansas from Shawnee Heights High School. The 5th-year senior point guard, number 5, Michaela Gooch out of Olathe, Kansas. Number 20, Trelshawn Smith from Ashland, Missouri, a starter for the Pioneers. Number 30, Ariel Sargent, the sophomore out of Blue Valley, Kansas. And now it's time, number 12, Anna Ralston, the senior from Wichita, Kansas. She was a little early on the trigger there for the starting lineups. That's a change in the Pioneer starting lineup as Anna Ralston has come on strong here at the end of the season. Megan Scott was away for a week or so, and Anna Ralston stepped into that 5 spot and had a monster game at Mount Mercy just 2 weeks ago with 31 points and 18 rebounds, and she has continued to flourish in that starting role. And Megan Scott is dressed out and looks to be available for the game tonight, but Anna Ralston going to keep that 5 spot, and why not, as well as she's played down the stretch. So, again, Kyla Richardson, the senior guard from Maywood, Illinois, averaging almost 11 points a game. Sammy Mia, the second-team all-conference performer, number 14 in the blue jerseys, the leading scorer for Mount Mercy, number 14 in blue. And then Sassy Richardson to jump center against Anna Ralston. And the Mustangs are going to control the tip. Annika Headington brings it across, gets it to Mia. Going to run a little bit of a 4-out, 1-in with Sassy Coleman in the post, guarded by Ralston. Skip pass. Headington thought about a 3, turned it down. She drives into the paint, guarded by Michaela Gooch. Help side defense came over, forced the miss, and Pioneers are off and running in transition. Gooch swings it to Ariel Sargent. Back to Gooch for the 3, left wing, left it short. Rebound tracked down by Mount Mercy. They're going to slow things down and run some offense. They found an open Sammy Mia in the corner. Her 3 too short, and Gooch there to track it down, and it's eventually stolen away by Annika Headington. So a hectic first couple of possessions here. Sammy Mia has it top of the key. She drives in left side. Her pass stolen away by Trelshawn Smith. Couple of turnovers each way here early on. Trelshawn probes left to right. Stop and pop, pull up jumper. She got it to go. That's her sweet spot, that 15-foot jumper, and Trelshawn Smith starts us off with little pull up from the right elbow, 2-0 lead for the Pioneers. Sammy Mia swings it back to Headington. She throws a skip pass. It's Kyla Richardson left wing. Top of the key 3 on the way from Madison Dreckman, no good. Offensive rebound by Headington. She's going to be called for the foul. Little push in the back for Annika Headington, her first team foul on Mount Mercy. The PA announcer in the building calling that on Madison Dreckman. I don't believe that's the case. I think it was on 53, Annika Headington, not 33, Madison Dreckman, and officials have stopped play here. I think they're going to correct that in the book, make sure they get that right. Yeah, foul is on 53, so that's Annika Headington. First personal, first team.
It was on number 53, Annika Headington. That's her first team foul.
And not that Headington, a 5'7" freshman, not an important player, certainly is a starter for the Mustangs, but they don't want to see Dreckman get in foul trouble early. The 6'2" sophomore, the 11.5 a game as Trelshawn Smith knocks down another pull-up jumper. She's got all 4 points of the game. Headington back to Dreckman. She drives right to left. Kept her pivot foot down, almost traveled. Got it to Kyla Richardson, who cut all the way to the rim and finished at the right side. 4-2 game with a pretty finish from Richardson. And a long skip pass stolen away. Sammy Mia got a hand on it. She's going to take it coast to coast. Easy layup. Ties us at 4. So the all-conference award winner, Sammy Mia, jumps the passing lane, takes it coast to coast for the layup. Tie game here early on. Gooch penetrates right to left. Gets it to Trelshawn Smith. She's got all the points for the Pioneers here early. Skip pass to Lydia Austinson. Back to Trelshawn Smith, top of the key. Here comes a ball screen from Anna Ralston. Trelshawn has it poked away by Mia, and a couple of players first to the floor that time, and it was Headington that came away with it. Mount Mercy's got numbers. They're off and running. Kyla Richardson has it right side. She's going to enter the post. That's Coleman. Sassy Coleman faces up, drives baseline. Some contact, step through, and they're going to get her with the travel. Good defense inside by Anna Ralston as Coleman tried to drive baseline, got cut off. Couldn't keep that pivot foot down, slid a little bit. That's a travel. Pioneers take over possession. Kayla Gooch brings it across the timeline, calls out a set. Stagger double in the corner. Now they get it to Ariel Sargent. She comes off a screen and throws it away. Sassy Coleman with the steal. Headington drives in, finds Sammy Mia right side. They're going to work it around the perimeter. They do get it back into Coleman, one-on-one in the post. Sassy Coleman spins, kicks it out. Sammy Mia 3, right wing. Too strong, looked good the whole way, didn't drop. Couple of players battling for that rebound. It's tipped around to the Mustangs, and Headington found herself wide open for a 3 on the right wing. Couldn't get it to drop, but she's the reason they had an extra possession as Annika Headington went over the top of Michaela Gooch there, kept that ball alive for the offensive rebound. Jordan Gonzalez will check in, her first action of the ball game. Gooch brings it across half court, gets it to Jordan Gonzalez, her first touch, bobbles it, gets it right back. Trellshawn Smith now off the staggered double, enters the post. Anna Ralston, one-on-one, takes it right at Sassy Coleman. Coleman stood her ground. I don't know if she'll get credit for a block shot, but excellent interior defense by Coleman. Forced the miss, probably a turnover in the stat book, and Mustangs turn it right back over. Gonzalez comes away with it. Comes off a little drag ball screen from Ralston, kicks it back to her. Dribble handoff action. Trellshawn Smith, another pull-up jumper. Right elbow. Couldn't get it to go, but she's going to go to the free throw line for 2 as Sassy Coleman had some body contact that time, didn't allow the shooter space to land. So Trellshawn Smith, who has all 4 points for the Pioneers, heads to the line for 2. First personal on Coleman, second team foul on Mount Mercy. Trellshawn Smith, first free throw up and good. 5-4 lead. Jordan Nachbar set to check in for the Pioneers. Nachbar, a 5'9" senior out of Shawnee, Kansas, just right down the road. Smith 2 for 2 at the line.
Substitution for the Pioneers, number 24, Jordan Nachbar.
Trellshawn Smith good on both, so 6-4 lead here early for the Pioneers. Headington, dribble handoff action with Richardson. Skip pass, they've thrown that a few times tonight. Help side defense coming all the way across the midline for the Pioneers. 3 on the way, no good from Dreckman, Madison Dreckman. And Trellshawn Smith probes in and out, got all the way in the paint, kicked it out to an open aerial. Sargent no good, offensive rebound, and the putback no good from Nachbar. Right place, right time, but couldn't get the finish. And Sassy Coleman dives on it, and she's going to tie up the ball for a jump. Possession arrow favors the Pioneers. It's going to stay on this end. Substitution for Mount Mercy. That's Kristen Patron, 5'10" junior from Northridge, California, number 15 in the blue. Gooch inbounds it to Nachbar. Michaela Gooch comes off a ball screen, left wing, takes a 3 behind the screen, knocks it down. The 5th-year senior point guard, second team all-conference selection, buries the triple, 9-4 lead Pioneers. Mount Mercy looking to answer. That's Mackenzie Stower on the right side. She gets it to Mia. Sammy Mia pull-up jumper, left it short, got her own rebound. Kicks it back out to Headington. Headington couldn't get it to drop. Another offensive rebound. Madison Dreckman cleans up the mess, puts it up and in for 2. 9-6 your score. Pistol action from the Pioneers on the left wing. Little screen the screener. They go right back to Gooch. He takes another 3. Same spot, same result. Left wing 3, knocks down back-to-back triples. Michaela Gooch all of a sudden with 6 to equal her teammate Trellshawn Smith, and the Pioneers lead by 6, make it 4 as Sammy Mia gets all the way to the bucket. Tough finish to go over the front rim. Mia's got 4 now early on. Jordan Gonzalez looking to answer. Thought about a 3, turned it down, goes drive and kick. Back to Michaela Gooch. Nachbar shot fakes into the paint. Lost her footing but got rid of it. Found an open Trellshawn Smith on the wing. Smith is going to take a 3. Right side, she buries it. Back-to-back-to-back triples by the Pioneers. 2 from Michaela Gooch, 1 from Trellshawn Smith. They've done all the scoring, 15-8. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Trellshawn Smith is 1 point away from double figures. She can absolutely fill it up. 3 on the way, no good. Mount Mercy trying to respond. Rebound Jordan Nachbar. Pioneers have numbers. Michaela Gooch in and out, all the way to the bucket. Her layup's up and good. So it's been Trellshawn Smith and Michaela Gooch all night here early on. They have all 17 of the Pioneers' points, and the Pioneers lead 17-8. 3:46 to go first quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds on MNUsports.com. play resumes, and that's Macy Banasic bringing it across. Her first action for Mount Mercy, number 5 in the blue jersey. She has it now in the corner. Swings it back to Sammy Mia. That's a good choice. Mia, skip pass. Driven in on the right side by Kristen Patron, and she finds a cutting Mackenzie Stower for the basket. Steer, excuse me. Apparently the pronunciation is Steer, and Mackenzie Steer's on the board. Got her floater to drop. 17-10 is your score. Gooch on the backdoor cut. Received it, brought it back out. Now Trelshawn Smith. Dribble drive all the way to the bucket. Was looking for Lydia Austinson in the corner. Pass was deflected out of bounds. Pioneers will keep possession. Kyla Richardson checks back in. Sammy Mia will take a quick breather, I'm sure. She won't be on the bench long. Getting the all-conference selection from Mount Mercy. Trelshawn Smith, a little between the legs dribble, sizing up the defender. Kyla Richardson on her. Received a ball screen. Good help that time from Mount Mercy. Lydia Austinson forced to drive in, and she draws the foul. That's going to be a block on Kristen Patron. Pioneers not used to seeing Megan Scott check in for the first time with just 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, as she's been a starter for a couple of years and played the early minutes. And she enters the ball game, and they're going to go right to her. Quick post up off the baseline, inbounds, drop step, had the angle, had it deflected out of bounds. I think Madison Dreckman got a piece of that basketball, or Megan Scott would have had a layup. Very efficient post player, Megan Scott. When she's in the ball game, the Pioneers go to her over and over, and they should, as well as she scores on the block. And they've checked in Kennedy Fawiley, number 50 in the blue, to guard Megan Scott now, to combat a little bit of that post presence. Smith looking to get it into Megan. Skip pass saved by Lydia Austinson. Found Michaela Gooch. Gooch takes another three. This one deep on the right side. Couldn't get it to drop. Kyla Richardson came down with the rebound, and she's going to push. 2-on-1 break. Richardson all the way to the bucket herself. Layup no good. Rebounded by Gooch. Gooch found Lydia Austinson ahead of the pack, and Austinson all the way to the rim for the layup. Extends the lead to 9 for the Pioneers. Lydia Austinson so fast in transition. Gooch did a nice job throwing it ahead, got the rebound, and found an open Lydia Austinson, and she jumps the passing lane. She's going to get another layup, so back-to-back baskets at the rim for Lydia Austinson, and the Pioneers lead by 11. 2:09 to go, first quarter. Sammy Mia sent right back to the scorer's table. The coaching staff from Mount Mercy couldn't afford to leave her there long. She's got to play a bunch of minutes tonight. Playoff basketball, your best player has to play almost the whole game. And Kennedy Fawiley going right at Megan Scott gets the post basket to go over her right shoulder, middle of the lane, her first basket. They go right back to Scott. Megan looking to answer. Difficult finish. Found herself deep under the rim and still got it to go off the glass. Megan Scott's first basket of the ball game. And Kyla Richardson right back the other way with 25 on the shot clock laid it in, so they wasted no time in response. 23-14 your score. Michaela Gooch, right to left crossover all the way to the bucket, gets the layup to drop. She's in double figures already with 10. And what a fast-paced first quarter is the Pioneers with 25 with a minute to go left in the first. Skip pass handled by Kyla Richardson. She found Kennedy wide open under the goal, and then help defense came over. Shot was blocked. Trelshawn Smith going to slow things down, except Jordan Gonzalez had other ideas. She cast it up a three. They're going to call it travel before the shot attempt. And Anna Ralston will check back in. So a short stint from Megan Scott. Ralston right back into the ball game. Pioneers lead by 11, under a minute to go first quarter. 19 of the Pioneers' 25 scored by Michaela Gooch and Trelshawn Smith. And Annika Headington, in the freshman out of Waukon, Iowa, brings it across. Richardson now back to Sammy Mia. Mia, top of the key, probes off the ball screen, gets into the paint. Had to pick her dribble up, found a teammate. Headington penetrates, kept her dribble alive. Now Sassy Coleman, high post. One dribble to the bucket, right hand, no good. And Headington again tracks down an offensive rebound. She's been all over the glass early, especially from that point guard position. Kyla Richardson's three, no good off the right wing. And Pioneers are going to slow things down, take the last shot of the quarter. Coach Lewis and the rest of the Pioneers bench immediately on their feet saying, whoa, last shot. Gets Michaela Gooch to call out a set. They go to Ariel Sargent. Little flare screen on the backside for Gonzalez was blown up. Gooch has to create three, right wing, no good. Put back try. Lydia Austin was there, but a couple of Mount Mercy players are waiting to block that shot away. So 25-14 your score at the end of the first. Michaela Gooch and Trelshawn Smith combining for 19 of the Pioneers' 25 here in the first quarter, 11-point lead. We'll be back in 1 minute at MNUsports.com. A nice bit of recognition there in between quarters for the Pioneer men's basketball team, whose season came to an end last night on the road at #1 in the country, William Penn University, in overtime. The Pioneers men's team took William Penn to overtime twice this season, and the #1 ranked team in the country came away with the victory both times, but an unbelievable performance from your Pioneer men's basketball team. And Anthony Brown and Cameron Brady honored as first-team all-conference selections. Trey Brown also honored as an all-conference selection. And Rocky Lamar, your legendary 33-year head coach with 803 victories, 7 national Final Fours, a national championship, and an AI Hall of Fame induction, honored as well as Heart of America Coach of the Year. So nice to see the men's team get some recognition after a spectacular performance last night and a difficult defeat to an incredible basketball team on the road at William Penn. Trelshawn Smith, floater on the way, and she got another one to drop. She's in double figures with 11. Done anything she wanted to do here early on. Trelshawn Smith just getting to her spots. Mount Mercy has played just traditional man-to-man defense, and Gooch and Smith have caused a lot of issues off the dribble here early. Interested to see if they make an adjustment, go zone. There's a fast break layup for Lydia Austin. She's got 3 of those, and there's a quick timeout for Mount Mercy. And he's going to make a wholesale change. He sends 5 Mustangs to the scores table. They're going to make all 5 substitutions, as he did not like what he saw there. And we'll take a full timeout. 29-14 is your score, 8:51 to go, second quarter, MNUsports.com. Play set to resume, and that's going to be Macy Banasic bringing it across for Mount Mercy. Quick dribble handoff. Back to Banasic. They go right into the post. Kennedy, another basket right side. Kennedy Fawiley has been an offensive force on that right block. Both of her baskets inside from there. And on cue, the announcer called it as Mount Mercy comes out in a little bit of a zone, 3-2 look, trying to slow down the hot shooting start from the Pioneers, and successful that time. A drive and kick, a skip pass to Trelshawn Smith. She had to jump backwards to save that one, and her heel was on the inline, so out of bounds. Mount Mercy takes over for the little zone adjustment coming out of the timeout. They go right back inside to Kennedy, and she's going to be fouled by Anna Ralston on the catch. Fawiley, a 6'1" senior from Detroit, Michigan, Romulus High School. Romulus, well known for producing basketball talent in the men's game. Less familiar with the women's recruiting, but that's Coach Nate Oates, the Alabama head coach for the men's side, was a head coach at Romulus High School at one time. Had a heck of a career in the college ranks as well. Lydia Austinson, for the 4th time, finds herself ahead of the field as she is just so fast end to end. She's got 8 points, all of them uncontested layups on the fast break, as she's just faster than everybody else on the floor. She creates some of those with her defense as she jumps passing lanes and creates steals, but other times it's just off a made basket or a miss, and she sprints the floor, finds herself all alone, and an excellent advance pass from Michaela Gooch and Trelshawn Smith, and Austinson's got 8 points in the game. Pioneers lead 31-16. 3-2 zone look from Mount Mercy. Pioneers getting into some zone offense. Trelshawn Smith surveys, skips Michaela Gooch in the corner, gave it to a cutting Anna Ralston, and then Ariel Sargent was fouled as she cut to the basket on a little dive from the high post. Good interior post passing from Anna Ralston, and Sargent is going to be fouled on the floor. Excuse me, I thought she was headed to the line for 2, but that's the first personal on Macy Banasic, and first team foul of the second quarter. Foul count resets at the quarter mark in the women's game. Trelshawn Smith probes, swings it across to Austinson. Inside, Ariel Sargent. There's a cutting Anna Ralston. Just reversed the roles. The first time Ralston caught it on the block and hit a diving Ariel Sargent to draw the foul, and that time Sargent caught it on the block and hit a diving Ralston from the high post for a layup. Mount Mercy goes right back inside to Fawiley, and she kicks it out for an open 3, and Banasic knocks it down. Kennedy Fawiley demanding some attention on the block. Help side came, and she found an open shooter for 3 that time, so 33-19 your score. And that shot's going to get blocked, but offensive rebound by Sargent. As Austinson had her 3-point attempt deflected, and Sargent had it for a moment, and then eventually the Mustangs came away with it. They tried to go right back into Kennedy Fawiley, and that's a good decision, but couldn't connect on the pass. Out of bounds on the baseline, and 4 starters back in. Well, all 5 starters now, so Madison Dreckman will remain in the game, and the other 4 starters will check back in. Coleman, Mia, Richardson, and Headington. For Mount Mercy, visiting club from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Probably came up yesterday, and that's a good decision, as a little bit dicey outside today with the winter weather we've had here in Kansas. I don't know what it's like in Cedar Rapids today, but a little snow and ice on the roads here. Empty possession for the Pioneers, and then a turnover from the Mustangs. 2-on-1 break. Michaela Gooch, stop and pop, pull-up jumper, got it to go. Rattled it off the back rim, got the soft touch to drop. Michaela Gooch and Trelshawn Smith just trading places as leading scorers here early on, as Gooch now up to 12, Smith with 11. Sassy Coleman in the post, skip pass, Mia, she drives the closeout, lost her footing, and Lydia Austinson dove over the top of her to come away with the steal. Pioneers off and running. Gooch was looking for Ralston in the post, bounce pass stolen away. Sammy Mia going to set up the offense, swings it. Kyla Richardson back to Headington. And her pass was deflected, eventually stolen away by Trelshawn Smith. So a few turnovers in a row now for the Mustangs. Lydia Austenson, open three, left wing, too strong. Fell into the waiting arms of Madison Dreckman. After that stretch in the first quarter, the Pioneers made 3 consecutive threes on 3 straight possessions. Other than that, it's been all at the rim, layups for the Pioneers, and it's been a turnover fest in the second quarter here from Mount Mercy. They haven't got a shot off in their last 4 possessions, 4 straight turnovers, and that's the second air ball on as many possessions on the perimeter from the Pioneers. So again, cold shooting since that 3-for-3 start from downtown. Everything else has been layups in transition. And Jordan Gonzalez back in for the Pioneers, and now the first time we've seen Zoe Hayward tonight. Hayward, number 11, senior from Leavenworth, Kansas, transfer from Northwest Missouri State, and there she is out top. Defending Madison Dreckman in the post now. Dreckman goes to work. Kept her dribble alive, tried to find Sassy Coleman. Megan Scott got a hand on it. Pioneers come away with the steal. They're going to reset it out top to Michaela Gooch. She calls out a set. They're going to look to isolate Megan Scott in the post here. And they do. Gets it on Coleman one-on-one right at the rim. Lays it in. That's a staple of national champion head coach John Lewis's offense, that Carolina box set. Isolation in the post for Megan Scott, and she's scored a lot of points on that set here in the Cook Center. Add 2 more to that tally. And Kyla Richardson's going to go to the line for 1 more with the and 1. Richardson so quick, got all the way to the basket, took the contact from Megan Scott. She picks up her first personal foul. Still able to finish, and Richardson now has 6. She'll head to the line looking for 1 more. Richardson, a lefty, got by her defender going right that time and couldn't get the free throw to drop. Rebound fell into the hands of Trelshawn Smith. Back into the zone, the Mustangs. They left a wide open shooter in the corner. That's Gonzalez, and her 3 off the iron. Another rebound from Headington. A freshman point guard has about 5 or 6 of those here in the first half. Finds herself open top of the key, and Headington knocks down the triple. That cuts into the lead. 37-24 your score. First basket of the game from Headington. Pioneers going to go right back to that box set. Michaela Gooch calling out Carolina. Looking to go in isolation to Megan Scott in the post. And Sammy Mia denying Trelshawn Smith the entry pass to the wing. Kind of blows up that set. That's one way to prevent the post entry. Just don't let them start the offense on the wing. Skip pass from Trelshawn Smith. How did she get it there? Trelshawn Smith threw a skip pass between the arms of several defenders. She found Zoe Hayward on the wing. Hayward's going to be called for the travel on the catch. 3:11 to go, second quarter, 13-point game. Again, these teams, I believe, separated by just 1 game by 1 position in the standings. I believe the Pioneers finished 4th. Clark, Central Methodist, and Grandview had outstanding seasons, all finishing in the top 3. Pioneers do earn themselves a home game here and play the Mount Mercy squad, who should be the 5 seed, although they were below 500 on the season. I believe 10-9 in conference action. And Trelshawn Smith knocks down I believe it's a 2, had her foot on the line. It would have been a 3 last year. It was on the old college line. Knocks down the jumper, holds the follow through, and let her defender know about it just a little bit. And why not? She's got 13 in the first half. Sassy Coleman faces up, drives right side, reverse layup, couldn't get it to drop. Pioneers off and running. Trelshawn Smith throws it the length of the floor. Found Jordan Gonzalez, who slowed things down. Go back to Gonzalez. In the post to Megan Scott. Couldn't handle the post entry pass. And that's going to be a personal foul on Michaela Gooch. Gooch anticipated that Euro step to the middle of the floor and beat Annika Headington to the spot, but some contact on the way up, so Annika Headington going to head to the line for 2. Austenson back in. Trelshawn Smith will take a seat. Hayward checks out for Jordan Nachbar, who checks in for Megan Scott. So it's Michaela Gooch, Gonzalez, Austenson, Sargent, and Nachbar, the 5 on the floor for your Pioneers. Headington buries the first free throw. In between foul shots, the Mustangs receiving instruction from the sideline. 14 the call, so expect a full court press here on a make. Headington does knock it down, and there it is. Mustangs pick up full court, deny the inbounds. They get it to Michaela Gooch, but Kyla Richardson picks her up full. And she pressures the ball. Gooch gets a screen from Knockbar. Pick and pop action. Couldn't get it to her. Dribble handoff to Sargent. Ariel Sargent drives in, finds Knockbar, top of the key. She thought about a three, shot fake, drives in. Pretty spin move, kept her pivot foot down, found a wide open Lydia Austinson, and that's the third air ball from an open shooter for the Pioneers tonight. It's been a different player each time. Just haven't found the range here in the second quarter from distance. Again, hard to fault their offense as they've got 39 points here with 1:34 to go in the second quarter, but struggled finding the range from downtown on open looks. Richardson spins baseline. Her shot bounced on the rim a couple times and falls off. Knockbar with the rebound. Here come the Pioneers. Michaela Gooch, spin move in the paint, and one too many steps. Couldn't keep that pivot foot down. Took an extra one. Mount Mercy will take over possession. Headington brings it across the timeline for Mount Mercy. Kyla Richardson enters the post. Sammy Mia, one-on-one with Jordan Gonzalez. Good defense from Gonzalez. Held her ground, stayed vertical, forced the kick out. Now Kyla Richardson has it. Wide open. Headington swung it. Extra pass. Three on the way from the corner, too strong. And Gonzalez just going to watch it head out of bounds. Didn't take any chances. Be a dead ball rebound. 22-second difference between shot and game clock. Pioneers can go 2 for 1 if they go quickly. And a little crackback action. They're going to get an open shot from Gonzalez. She turned it down, decided to penetrate, gets in the lane, finds Michaela Gooch, who buries her third triple of the first half. Michaela Gooch gives the Pioneers a 42-26 lead, and she's got 15 points here in the first half. Layup no good off the right side by Kristen Patron, and Pioneers can slow it down, take the last shot of the half. Already with a 16-point lead. And Michaela Gooch, the all-conference selection, fifth-year senior, averages 9 points a game, runs the show. High assists and rebound numbers, and she's got 15 in the first half. Just an offensive explosion. Execute a set, got Ariel Sargent a wide-open three, top of the key. She left it short. 2 on the clock. Sammy Mia fires one up from near half court. Couldn't get it to drop, so that's going to be your score at the end of the first half. Pioneers lead 42-26. We got a 15-minute halftime break. I'll be back to bring you stats in the second half of action. Don't go anywhere. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube.
Tyler Brown won both 200 meter and 400 meter. Carly Lindenmeyer was named the field athlete of the meet, taking first and setting a new school record in the pentathlon. She also finished third in the high jump. Assistant coach Anthony Yates was also named as co-assistant coach of the year. Now on the men's side, the following men received all conference at the meet. Tyler Bussey took third in the 200 meter. Steve-O Floria took third in the 600 meter. Ashiri Rhodes took second in the 600 meter. Blake Poggi took second in the high jump. Josh O'Brien took second place in the long jump. The National Indoor Track and Field Championship will be held in Brookings, South Dakota on March 3rd through the 5th. The following members will be representing MNU at the meet by having hit a qualifying mark in their events. Kyler Brown in the 60 meter, 200 meter, 400 meter, long jump, and 4x400 relay. Michaela Davis, Shania Nicholson, Daisy Solier joined Kyler in the 4x400 meter relay. Carly Lindemeyer in the pentathlon and high jump. Blake Poggi in the high jump and Tim Bala in the long jump. Please join me in giving one more round of applause in congratulating these student athletes on their accomplishments, as well as wishing them the best as they compete in the national. And let's not forget the head coach of the MNU track team, Coach Nate Weems.
And we're back for the second half of action between your Mid-America Nazarene University Pioneers and the visiting Mount Mercy University Mustangs. Same starting five for both groups. Michaela Gooch going to set the offense for the Pioneers. The Mustangs go back to their man-to-man defense after the zone caused problems early in the second quarter, but eventually Pioneers got hot from downtown, and they're going to start things off with a turnover, looking for Anna Ralston in the post, overthrew on the post entry pass. So Mount Mercy will take over possession. Sammy Mia swings it across top of the key. Madison Dreckman goes right back to all-conference selection Mia. They're going to get Sassy Coleman in the post, one-on-one with Anna Ralston, and she might have traveled, no call. Kept her foot down, I guess. Dribble penetration, right side, had her shot blocked away with both hands by Anna Ralston. I think Ralston's smiling because she may have been able to catch that one, but instead just bats it out of bounds with both arms off of Coleman. Last touch Mount Mercy, so Pioneers take over possession. Both teams coming up empty on their first trip of the half. Huge first half scoring from Trelshawn Smith as well as Michaela Gooch, and Smith goes drive and kick, gets it to Gooch. Now Lydia Austinson all the way to the bucket, and she is so fast. That first step going to her right hand, she's in double figures with 10. And all the scoring basically tonight from the Pioneers come from those three. Sassy Coleman short corner jumper, no good. Lydia Austinson had the rebound for a moment. It was stolen away by Headington. And Coleman's layup too strong on the right side. Trelshawn Smith comes down with it. She's going to push herself. Smith decides to slow things down, didn't have numbers, swings it across top of the key. Michaela Gooch uses a screen from Ralston, gets all the way to the cup, left-handed layup, no good. Anna Ralston right there for the putback. Pushes that lead to 20 for the Pioneers, and that's going to be a violation. Madison Dreckman stepped over the out-of-bounds line on the inbounds pass, and so that's a turnover. Pioneers are going to take over possession. Inbounded on the baseline. Gooch gets the Pioneers set on their box set. She goes in quickly to Ralston. Ralston chases it to a ball screen. Drive and kick action. Ariel Sargent. Corner three, left it short. Tried to chase it down, but Headington comes down with the rebound. Again, the 5'9" freshman guard Headington with a bunch of rebounds here. Lydia Austinson blocks a shot out of bounds. Mount Mercy basketball on the baseline. Headington to inbound. And threw it right into the waiting arms of Lydia Austinson. She's going to come up with a steal. I think she was looking for Sammy Mia, couldn't find her. Good defense from Austinson. And Ariel Sargent the other way, left-handed layup off the glass and good. Got all the way to the middle of the floor, coming out of the right corner, and got the left-handed layup to go off the glass. Difficult shot and her first basket of the ball game. Sammy Mia answers with that short corner pull-up jumper. Yeah, that's the Mustangs' leading scorer. Averages 14 points a ball game. She's got 6 now. Michaela Gooch goes penetrating pitch. Austinson turned down the open three, decided to continue running offense. Now Gooch won't turn down this one as Michaela Gooch knocked down 3 triples in the first half. That one hit every part of the rim, rolls out. Pioneers with a 20-point lead, shooting it with a little bit more confidence now. And Sassy Coleman, short corner jumper, again left it short, and another rebound from Headington. Annika Headington all over the glass, especially from that point guard position. Sassy Coleman got all the way to the basket with the right hand, couldn't get it to drop. There's a lid on that basket right now for Coleman. She's had a few good looks just roll out. Anna Ralston with yet another offensive rebound, couldn't get the putback to go. Little turnaround jumper in the paint, left it short. Sammy Mia, 3 from the corner, missed everything. Trelshawn Smith came away with it. She brings it across the timeline. And Smith going to settle things down, run some clock, get the Pioneers in a set. And they're going to get it right back to Trelshawn Smith off a little UCLA cut. She threw it to Ralston at the high post and came off of a screen, got all the way to the rim. Nice cut, even better pass from Anna Ralston, and Trelshawn Smith now ties Michaela Gooch with 15 points apiece to lead all scorers. Sammy Mia able to answer. She knocks down a triple on the left wing. She's up to 9 points now, creeping up to that 14 points a game average. I'm sure you guys use that live chat feature on the YouTube live stream. Helps out a solo broadcaster. I know Mount Mercy being quite the drive away from Olathe, Kansas, all the way up there in Cedar Rapids. Not all available to make the drive down and be here in person. Know you're able to support from afar. Use the live chat. Let me know who's your player, who you're rooting for, where you're at in the world. Got Pioneer alumni all over the world and all over the country supporting their alma mater or their favorite player. So use the live chat feature, help out a solo broadcaster. Anna Ralston heads to the free throw line. She has 2 foul shots. Left the first one off the front iron. Again, Anna Ralston in her first start with the absence of Megan Scott made her first start at Mount Mercy in an away game and had 31 points and 18 rebounds, both career highs, I'm sure. I haven't fact-checked that, but I'm pretty positive. And she's up to 5 points in the game now, but just a terrific surprise with the offensive output of Ralston as she stepped into that starting role. And she's going to take a seat now. Jordan Nachbar enters the game. And right away, Mount Mercy goes at Nachbar in the post. First shot, no good. Offensive rebound and putback good by Kennedy Fawiley. And Fawiley's got her 3rd basket. All of them right there on that right block because she's been a handful in the post. Pioneers run that pistol action on the left wing. Little pick and pop. Nachbar thought about a 3 in response, turned it down. Instead, Ariel Sargent goes all the way to the basket. Left-hand layup, no good. Offensive rebound from Nachbar. Shot clock did not reset. There did not hit the rim on the shot attempt. Doesn't matter. Trellshawn Smith knocks down a triple from the left side. She's got 18 points in the ballgame. Pioneers lead by 21. Good pass there. Annika Headington dropped one off to Kennedy Fawiley. Fawiley now has 8 points. What a playmaker, the freshman point guard, Annika Headington, has been. Trellshawn Smith knocks down another pull-up jumper. How impressive has she been offensively? That's going to be a turnover as Mia couldn't handle the pass. Coach Lewis calling out a set. I'm sure he's going to get Trellshawn Smith another touch. Again, Trellshawn, a first-team all-conference selection and well-deserved. Wares number 20 has scored 20 already with 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And little flare screen set. Got an open look from Jordan Nachbar. Nachbar's 3 too strong. Rebound Mount Mercy. Headington probes, kicks it out to open Madison Dreckman, who turned down the triple. Again, Dreckman, the 2nd leading scorer, with 11.5 a game, but hasn't shot it much from the perimeter here tonight. Turns it over. Here come the Pioneers. And Sammy Mia bats that pass out of bounds. Gonzalez was looking to go right back to Smith. Mia read that one, jumped the passing lane. There we got some Trellshawn Smith fans in the chat, as well as a Mackenzie fan. I'm going to guess Mackenzie Steer, the senior guard from California, from Mount Mercy, with some supporters in the chat. And there's on cue Mackenzie Steer coming across the PA as she was whistled for her 1st team foul, just 2nd team foul on Mount Mercy here in the 3rd quarter. 4:01 to play 3rd. Michaela Gooch to inbound baseline underneath. Got it into Sargent. Sargent goes drive and kick. Jordan Gonzalez turned down the 3. Penetrated, got it back to Sargent. Back to Gonzalez. Those two playing a little two-on-two game on the left side. And Ariel Sargent finds herself open. Corner 3 on the way. Too strong, and there's Mackenzie Steer for the rebound. She's going to draw a foul on Gonzalez. Good offensive possession from the Pioneers. Good ball movement, drive and kick action. Forcing those long closeouts. Found a good shooter for a wide open catch and shoot 3. Just didn't knock it down that time. There's a Kyla Richardson fan in the chat. Shares the same last name. Probably a family member supporting Richardson in her playoff basketball game on the road. And I don't know if there's any Kennedy Fawiley fans in the live chat, but there should be, as she's played about 6 minutes and is in double figures with 10 points and has been unguardable one-on-one in the post. All 10 of her points have come on the right block, and she's just turned over that left shoulder. Got great post position, and I think she's 5 for 6 from the floor. Lydia Austinson back into the game for your Pioneers. So they have their starting 5 on the floor with the exception of Jordan Gonzalez, who was a traditional starter prior to her injury midseason. And now she's in for Sargent, the only starter taking a breather. And there's a steal by Trelshawn Smith. Good help side defense, came over, saw the rolling big, had a lane to the basket, cut it off, and stole it away. She's going to draw a foul here on Richardson. Kyla Richardson whistled for her second personal, third team foul on Mount Mercy. Smith inbounds to Megan Scott. And Scott goes right back to Trelshawn Smith, who had to jump over a couple of Mustang defenders to come down with that one. The 3 on the way was too strong, but on offensive rebound by Megan Scott, she kept her pivot foot down and eventually found relief. Megan Scott got it to Gooch, and now Smith top of the key. Trelshawn's going to isolate or use a ball screen here. Late shot clock. Trelshawn, little right to left crossover. Step back jumper, and she's going to be fouled by Richardson. So Trelshawn Smith's going to head to the free throw line. Already sitting at 20 points. Richardson picks up her third. Fourth team foul on the Mustangs, so Pioneers are in the bonus the rest of the third quarter. Just one team foul on the Pioneers here in the third. Not a lot of whistles the second half. That stretches the lead back to 20 on the made foul shot. Trelshawn Smith indeed on fire tonight, Mr. Todd, and that's going to be a turnover in the backcourt. Michaela Gooch picked up full court after the made free throw, and Headington was caught off guard, a little behind the back dribble, but didn't put the ball down in time. So Pioneers steal another possession, a little turnover off the full court press from Gooch. You'll love to see the Mount Mercy fans supporting in the chat, regardless of the scoreboard here in the third. We have some Kristen Patron fans in the group chat. Some Sammy Mia supporters, Annika Headington supporters. So a lot of friends and family here virtually on the YouTube live stream, which we're happy to be able to provide a free broadcast here at Mid-America Nazarene University. We know not everyone can travel at these times, and we haven't had a crowd the last couple of years. We're happy to have fans back in the Cook Center, but enjoy the free YouTube live broadcast while we can provide it. Richardson swings to Headington. Annika Headington back across the top. Mackenzie Steer guarded there by Gonzalez. Good ball pressure from the Pioneer defense. Steer looking to enter the post and finally does, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Megan Scott. It is. Couldn't tell I thought for a moment they may call offensive, but it wasn't. It was a foul on Megan Scott guarding the post, trying to front Kennedy Fulwiley from catching it on that right block where she's been so effective. Third team foul now for the Pioneers. So just as I mentioned, they had one. They picked up 2 team fouls here on just this one possession. And first action we've seen here from Sophie Reed for the Pioneers, 13 in the white jersey. And Fulwiley stepped out that time, got away from her comfort zone on that block, and high post jumper does not draw iron. Kayla Gooch brings it across midcourt, calls out a set, gets the Pioneers organized, and they're looking to get it to Lydia Austinson off a pin down. They do. Right back to Trelshawn Smith in the corner. Nope, they're going to throw the high-low entry pass to Megan Scott. She came down with it in traffic, couldn't get it to go, as I think Megan Scott is a little frustrated trying to adjust to a role she's not used to, where, again, coming off the bench, playing less minutes, less touches now. And most of her career been a starter that they've gone to early and often. Couldn't get that shot to drop, but Sophie Reed, making an impact off the bench, came flying out of the corner for the offensive rebound, drew the foul, and she knocks down the first foul shot. Make it 1 for 2 at the line. Sophie Reed's second shot rims out, and that ball was rebounded for a moment by Kristen Patron and then tied up by Megan Scott. So jump ball forced, but it's going to be possession arrow favoring Mount Mercy. The Mustangs keep the ball. Patron inbounds, and Headington will set the offense for the Mustangs. She goes right back to Patron. A little behind the back dribble, top of the key. She swings it to the corner. Looking to get another post touch for Fulwiley, and that's a good decision. But Kristen Headington all the way to the basket, couldn't get the layup to drop. Fulwiley there for the offensive rebound. She's going to head to the free throw line as she drew another foul on Megan Scott, so that's Megan's third personal. All of a sudden, fourth team foul, and both teams will be in the bonus the remainder of the third quarter. Kennedy Fulwiley at the line for two, and nothing but net on the first one. So she's got 11 points in the ballgame. Believe she leads all Mustang scorers. Make it 2 for 2. 20-point lead, minute 9 to go in the third quarter. Gooch brings it across the timeline. It's the Pioneers organized in a half-court set. They want to go in the post to Megan Scott. She catches it there. Double team comes. Kristen Patron came over and helped side. Megan Scott had to pick her dribble up. Kicks it out to Smith. Trelshawn Smith going to receive a high ball screen here. Late shot clock, 7 on the clock. Little hesitation, crossover dribble, and she tried to find Sophie Reed in the corner. Turned it over, threw that one into the Pioneers bench. Madison Haney caught that pass sitting on the bench, and she was open. Fortunately, she was not an eligible member in the game to receive that, and that's a turnover. Kyla Richardson comes off of a ball screen. Trelshawn Smith hit the deck. She got her feet tangled up with Fulwiley in a hectic sequence there that time. It's going to end with a turnover. Pioneers take over as Headington was out of bounds in the corner. Trelshawn looks to be okay. She's up, shook it off, but collided off of a screen there with Fulwiley and went to the deck. But Pioneers have an opportunity to take the last shot of the third quarter. Shot clock is off. 21 seconds to play in the quarter. Gooch just winding that clock down near midcourt. They'll start their action with about 12 on the clock. And here they go. Little double drag ball screen. Going to get a dribble handoff for Smith. She's left wide open. Top of the key three. She buried another one. Trelshawn Smith has 25 points here at the end of the third quarter, and the Pioneers lead 62-39. Trelshawn Smith just been an absolute handful on the offensive end, and the Pioneers take a big lead into the fourth quarter. Stay with us for the fourth quarter of action and the quarterfinal matchup of the Heart of America Athletic Conference Tournament. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. I want to give a shout out to Larry Williams, who is supporting his Pioneers in the chat tonight, as he's usually supporting them from the scores table. One of the best in the business at the scores table. Mr. Larry Williams, thanks for supporting the Pioneers from afar this evening instead. As Trelshawn Smith has got her career high with 25 points here at the start of the fourth quarter, and they go right back to her. Top of the key, she's got a little isolation. Drive in, she found an open aerial. Sargent corner three. Rattles out. The Mustangs will take over possession. As Trelshawn Smith has taken over the game offensively. She got all the way into the paint, drew 2 or 3 blue jerseys and helped side and kicked it out to an open shooter. Just good offense, and she's commanding so much attention. Madison Dreckman inbounds, and Macy Banasic brings it across. Now it's Richardson, right wing. Working around the perimeter. Sassy Coleman in the post now as Wiley's taking a seat. There's a three on the way from Dreckman. Couldn't get it to drop. Another rebound from Trelshawn Smith. She's got to be flirting with a double-double now. And good interior pass. Ariel Sargent, a little shovel pass along the baseline, found Sophie Reed cutting to the basket, and her reverse layup try rolls out, but she's fouled by Sassy Coleman. Coleman has 2 personal fouls, that is. Sophie Reed knocks down the first foul shot. And she goes 2 for 2 at the line on that trip, so Reed now with 3 points in the ball game and extends the Pioneer lead. Madison Dreckman, dribble handoff, Kyla Richardson. Gets it back to Mia. Sammy Mia, little miscommunication. She thought Dreckman was going backdoor. Excuse me, she thought Dreckman was going to come receive a handoff. Dreckman decided to cut backdoor, and so that pass goes out of bounds in the corner. Pioneers take over. 9 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Again, this is the quarterfinal matchup of the Heart of America Conference Tournament. Pioneers could play their final home game here this evening, depending on the results of the other game. If Clark wins, the Pioneers will be headed up to Dubuque to take on #1 seed Clark in the semifinal matchup. However, if they fall tonight, the Pioneers will host the semifinals. So to be determined whether or not this is the final home game of the season for your Lady Pioneers, as they, not over yet, but cling to a 66-39 lead with 8:20 to go. And Kyla Richardson's going to head to the free throw line as she took a strong take to the right side, drew the foul on Anna Ralston. Ralston's second personal.
That's her second, first team foul.
First free throw up and good for Richardson. Mount Mercy in a little bit of a full court press now. They're going to have to force some turnovers and make one heck of a comeback as there's just 8 minutes to play, down by 25. Two-man game on the right wing. Michaela Gooch knocks down another triple. Michaela Gooch has hit 4 threes now in the ballgame. She has 18 points. And when she's going to shoot it this well from the perimeter, I don't know what you do with the Pioneers. She's such a key piece to their offense and usually gets everybody else involved. Tonight she's done a bunch of the scoring herself. Sammy Mia with a nice pull-up jumper in response for the Mustangs, and Mia's in double figures with 11. 7:30 to go. Smith brings it across. Back to that high post set. Now they go back to Michaela Gooch. She takes another triple, this time off the back iron. Looked good the whole way. Big smile on her face running back down the floor as she knows she's shooting the ball well right now and thought she had her 5th triple of the night. Mia comes off the ball screen, lost the handle for a moment, recovered it. Sassy Coleman, one-on-one in the post, had it poked away. Trelshawn Smith comes away with the steal. Smith slows things down, waits for her teammates so she can run some offense. Going to receive a double high ball screen. Hesitation move, in and out dribble all the way to the bucket, and Trelshawn Smith missed the layup on the right side. But offensive rebound by Ralston, another rebound. Eventually had it poked away. Mustangs come away with it. Sammy Mia pull-up 3 in transition. Looked good, rattled out. And that's going to be the 4th personal foul on Kyla Richardson. Come flying in for the offensive rebound opportunity. And Jordan Knockbar will check back in for the Pioneers, as well as Kennedy Fawiley and Addison Rath for the Mustangs. in along with Mia, Mackenzie Steer, and Headington to round out the 5 for Mount Mercy. 69-43 your score, 6.5 minutes to go in the ballgame. Little dribble weave action, high ball screen, pick and pop for Nockbar. Had a 3-point look, turned it down, continued to run some shot clock, and a wise decision when you're milking a lead late in the ballgame. Sophie Reed all the way to the basket, pretty move. Sophie Reed got downhill, nice little crossover right to left, and then got back to the right side of the goal, laid it in off the glass. Sophie Reed has 5 points now. Mackenzie Steer takes the 3, left wing, off the front iron. Batted around, last touch off Mount Mercy, Pioneer basketball. Michaela Gooch looking over at the bench, receiving instruction from Coach John Lewis. Getting a play call. They go back to that little pick and pop set. And Nockbar had an open pick and pop 3. Knew she missed it, tracked down her own rebound. Pioneers keep it. Trelshaw Smith thought about a pull-up 3. Now she's going to go into the paint all the way to the basket. Little scoop layup, got it to go. She thought she had an and one, and she took some contact and got the bucket to drop. She's up to a new career high of 27 points. And the Pioneers lead by 30. Trelshawn Smith with 27, Michaela Gooch with 18. And now the Serbian sharpshooter Natasa Bozic checks into the ballgame for the Pioneers. Michaela Gooch exits to quite the ovation. Natasha Bozic, number 21 in the white jersey. She guards Headington at the top of the key. Ball swung across. Now Mackenzie Steer, another 3 on the way left side. This one nothing but net. Mackenzie Steer with the sweet stroke, knocks down a triple. Bozic will bring it across and run offense for the Pioneers. She goes back to Nockbar to the pick and pop action. Dribble handoff. Sophie Reed, another left to right crossover. All the way to the basket. She got another layup to drop. Sophie Reed has been an offensive spark off the bench as she's got a couple of layups all the way at the bucket here in the 4th quarter. Nockbar, tough matchup one-on-one in the post with Fulwiley, and she's going to pick up a personal. Kennedy Fulwiley will head to the free throw line for 2. And Pioneers heading further and further into the bench now as Rachel Siebold and Madison Haney both check in for the first time tonight. Siebold number 10 in the white, Haney 4, the long sleeves. With Trelshawn Smith and Ariel Sargent exit, and the crowd giving them the ovation they've earned tonight with a 29-point lead, and 27 of those coming from number 20 in the white jerseys. Student section heckling a bit as the free throw shooter goes 0 for 2 at the line. Siebold now running offense for the Pioneers. Gets it to Madison Haney. Haney comes off a ball screen. She drives baseline. Skip pass stolen away. Mount Mercy taking some time off the clock. A nice pass inside. Fulwiley's going to get another layup, and she's got 14 points in the ball game. And pretty pass there from Addison Rath. Rath, a senior from Kelowna, Iowa, hasn't played a lot of minutes tonight, but a nice drive and drop-off pass there for the layup. Madison Haney goes in high post and found Nockbar. Now Natasha Bozic, the sniper from the left wing. Everyone in the Cook Center stood up with the 3 in the air when she let that thing loose. They know how well she shoots the basketball. Looked good the whole way. Didn't drop. Eventually out of bounds, last touch Pioneers. Barbara McClin checks in for the Pioneers. And I've been corrected. I said earlier that Kyla Richardson was a lefty. I swear she was shooting free throws with her left hand, but Mama knows best. Mom in the chat says Kyla is not left-handed, so I stand corrected. Excuse me, Ms. Richardson. For Wiley's shot short off the front rim. Rebound Pioneers. Seabold sets the offense. Flare screen action. Bozic turned down the three. Went dribble handoff to McClin. And Barbara McClin, three on the way off the left iron, and that's going to be batted around. Last touch on the Mustangs. Madison Haney inbounds. Gets it to Seabold. High ball screen again from Knockbar. This time it's Rachel Seabold all the way to the bucket for the and one. And Rachel Seabold gets it to go off the glass, took the contact, and she's going to go to the line for one more.
That was her first 13 foul.
Converts on the and one, and we've got a 30-point lead, 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Steer gets into the paint off the right wing. Good defense from Barbara McClin, but better shot. The pull-up jumper, highly contested from Mackenzie Steer. She knocks it down, and she's got 7 in the game. Senior guard from Granada Hills, California. A few West Coasters here from the squad visiting from Cedar Rapids. You don't see a lot of California kids on these Iowa rosters, but there's several of them on this Mount Mercy team. Bozic going to take a pull-up jumper and gets that one to drop. Natasha Bozic, the sweet shooter, little pull-up jumper on the left elbow, gets her first basket of the ball game. 80-50 your score. Banasic all the way to the rim, no good. An offensive rebound and a putback by Kennedy Fulwiley. Right place, right time. She's got 16 points in the ball game. I don't know what her career high is, but I would venture to guess this might be it. I'm standing just above the Mid-America student section, so if you hear a bit of heckling from the students, I apologize if our mic is picking that up. All good-natured. I don't think anything mean-spirited, but try to keep it under wraps here. Barbara McClin casts up a three from the corner. No good. Rebound by Mackenzie Steer. Pushes the pace. Got it to Sam McPherson, her first action of the game, and it swung around the perimeter, got back to Steer. Her three no good. McPherson charged in for the offensive rebound, got a hand on it, and is going to steal a possession for Mount Mercy. His last touch by your Pioneers. Iva Sikar, a freshman from Serbia, in the ballgame now for Mount Mercy. And Steer, left side, skip pass, got it to McPherson, and she had her ball stolen away by Rachel Seabold. Seabold finds an open Barbara McClin all the way to the bucket, and McClin couldn't handle the pass. Took an extra step. That's a travel. Unselfish play from Rachel Seabold. Tried to get Barbara McClin a basket, get her on the scoreboard. The crowd would have loved it. The Pioneer bench was on their feet, but couldn't handle the pass in transition. So to no avail, and there's another turnover, this time on the Mustangs. It's just 1:27 to go in the fourth quarter. Bozic to McClin. Another pick and pop set. This time McClin takes another three. She stopped behind the screen and fired up another one. No good. Rebound by Seabold. Got it to Haney. Pretty pass. Madison Haney with a nice pass to Rachel Seabold on the inside. Madison Haney with the assist. Seabold the bucket. Good defense inside from Knockbar. Iva Sikar thought about a little jump hook. Couldn't get it off. And there's another nice pass from Rath. A couple of times here late in the ballgame, we've seen Addison Rath draw a help side defender and a nice little drop-off pass for a layup. That time no good, but the right play nonetheless. The officials having a little conversation with the scorers table, make sure they called the foul on the right player. Not sure it matters at this point with 46 seconds to go in the ball game and nobody on the floor in foul trouble. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Jordan Nakbar slides over and draws the charge. The Pioneers bench celebrates as you know they'll be rewarded for the effort sliding over and drawing a charge, as that's something all good defensive coaches are harping on and drilling from day one in practice. That helps side rotation. Natasha Bozic, 3-ball, top of the key, buries it. That's what she does. Got a clean look off a little flare screen to the top of the key and knocks it down. So Bozic has 5 points here late in the fourth quarter. Back-to-back pull-up jumpers, nothing but net, and there's a response from Sam McPherson, who buries a triple of her own. Sophomore guard from North Liberty, Iowa. And that should be your final score as shot clock is off. Pioneers will not need to take another field goal attempt. So your Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers 85, Mount Mercy Mustangs 55, and your Lady Pioneers are headed to the semifinals of the Heart of America Conference Tournament. Hopefully we'll be back here in the Cook Center for that semifinal game, but odds are they'll be headed to Dubuque, Iowa to face off with the Clark Pride. So thanks for being with us. 85-55, Pioneers win. Good night, everybody.